So it's C4 opening A6. Is an opening we are both quite familiar with. But he deviated. He went. What's this now? A fianchettoed setup. I forgot the whatever. So he just deviated. Normally, you would play the standard Queen's Gambit opening. So okay. So all still in the line. The idea here is for black is my plan always is usually to get in e5 if possible, just to have a solid center. I knew at the point it was going to block. Okay, so that's aimed at playing e5. Okay, so he stopped it, and so at this point I was a bit concerned. But well, it's still in. I play the call system as white, so it's still a bit similar to a call against a Grunfeld. So I was still a bit at home. Okay, so b5. I like b5. I'm not sure if it's accurate because I'm a tempo down. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but like b5. So I castled knight here. Now pawn takes, then queen a5. So that's the idea. I want to play move.
You can use it.
Idea is to play bishop here with the. So you see the point is the major point is this bishop. Because it's fianchettoed, it looks a bit silly. It's written on a very solid structure. Now, he could play this. Sorry, maybe there are too many arrows. He could play this, but that would be considering the whole center to me in a way without a fight. Okay, so queen there. Okay, so rook. Yeah, so I thought of at this point I was a bit unsure because I felt there was the risk of having a trapped queen. With moves like this, if I go back, bishop here, I don't know.
Since he doesn't have a light square bishop.
Yes, but you see, yes, it might not work. But you see, he could easily do things like this, pawn push, and the bishop comes back. So but I just saw that. Oh, okay, whenever the bishop attacks me, my queen can always come here, and at that point, my rook will be helping. So I was pretty okay at this point. I knew, okay, I'm still in good hands. So this was the point. I felt he made a mistake. Obviously, I had to take that knight, and I couldn't take with the other knight because of the close-up. Bishop takes, and now there's some activity. Now I expected this move, but I felt it wasn't correct. It wasn't accurate. Now, of course, he's playing in the line of the opening. He wants to give some life to the bishop. So, but it's tactically flawed. So after that move, now at this point, you have to be careful because I had threats of. If he just moves the rook carelessly, for instance, here, then I have threats of queen here with a double attack on this and on this. So he had to be careful. Although, you could play knight here, but then pawn takes, so he had to be careful. So, of course, Bomo is a very decent player, so I knew. Now, so I went capturing, he went capturing pin. Now, at this point, I thought I was expecting knight here, so that I could take. So, excuse me. So I could take, and after the knight takes, bishop, picking a piece or the exchange. Because if you can't, so but he saw that, and of course I expected he would see it. So he brought the bishop back. So now, this was a bit interesting. Okay, so I had to capture because he was also threatening. At this point, I thought this was interesting. Working on then hoping that the rook could come quickly, but I realized that it won't work. Because after take bishop takes, I probably would take. I wanted to take with the knight. Yes, I'll do this so that when it takes, I'll take with the knight.
You wouldn't take it with a nice trap you for just about two. You lose like two tempo.
Yes, I understand, but you see, the point is, I didn't want him to come in. I didn't want him to move this rook with tempo on my knight. I'm picking this pawn, so I want him to attend to this guy. While he's attending to this guy, I'll be attending to this guy. So that was the idea, and of course I still have knight takes here. So if we can, if I can trade off this pawn for this pawn, I won't mind. Then trade off this one for this one. Then I'll have all the pieces on one side. Yes, but he could play for a draw, yeah. Anyway, but he didn't go for that variation, so he just so he went. So after this takes, then now knight takes. Yes, so now you have to be careful. This will be a blunder, obviously, because knight takes. He won't be able to take this because of mate and queen takes and mate. Okay, so he played bishop back here. So now this was the point. Okay, so at this point, I think I thought of queen takes, bishop takes, knight check, and knight here, eating the rook,
Using the rook to move.
bishop. But you see, the problem with these is that the rook comes here.
Yes.
By the time I take the bishop, the rook takes.
Knight and have a
Yes, and it will be on an active file. Okay, so I saw a better variation. So knight check came up now. So now I send the rook somewhere else to a close file. So he has to take, and after take. Now the bishop can't even lift because this is hanging. So yeah. So
back to the center.
so now is tied down. It's tied down. But at this point, I guess I couldn't easily come up with a plan. I didn't realize knight to e5 was going to be pretty decent. I felt my knight would be unsecured, but it was actually going to work because after knight here, if I'm kicked, if I come here after this move, my knight can come here with the threat of rook takes and so I didn't see that on time. But okay, I just decided that, okay, let's double. I could have taken this other open file, but I found out that does nothing. Then I was also having some concerns with back rank. Okay, so he kicked. Okay, so you saw that. Now this was where. Okay, so I felt the king had to come to the center. This move, I like this move for him. It's interesting, but I felt my response was rather. I felt it was soft. Maybe I could come up with something better.
Six.
Yes, just stopping him from taking a ball. Maybe I could come up with something better. I'm not sure.
I still think if the idea is to liberate the king from some future background issue, h6 is still not the move because
No. You see, I've liberated my king already. The point was the bishop going for the pawn is what I didn't want. He couldn't take it at that point. It was poison. But later on, something. And then I was having ideas of pushing this pawn to try to weaken this guy. So that pawn might be weak at that point. So I just played it. So okay. So now take, check, take. Now this was the move. Knight a5. And, I felt it was rather strange. The knight at the side of the board. I would have loved my knight to be somewhere here, sitting pretty, but interestingly, the knight sort of did all the job. So after this move, okay, king came up. Now I think I like c5 a lot. C5.
opportunity to reroute the knight or
No, he limited his king. Just totally limited his king. I didn't want the king to come in and through the dark square and come and sit down here. You could have had something like this. He was threatening something like this. That won't be nice. So I like it. And of course that was my anchor point anyway. The rook came here, could move around. So just got my pieces active. Then the knight had the opportunity of coming here and so just playing around,
C5 was just dynamic for many plans.
playing on the dark squares, basically just playing, opening, playing on the dark squares. Oh, thank you. So basically just playing on the dark squares. So after c5, king here, then now, this looked a bit risky, but I knew I had to be a bit active. Okay, now this interesting. I had to be careful here, but I didn't think there was any problem. So after the knight, after the knighting, I knew there was nothing he was doing because I had several funny knight maneuvers. I had knight here, check, knight here, So I wasn't afraid of this. I wasn't afraid of this because, then this. So if he has this, then now check, wherever if it comes there, then check, So I wasn't. That would, and if he comes here, of course, rook check, exchange. The knight comes there, and So I knew there was nothing to be scared of at that point. So after this, he captured, came back. Now the knight went. Now I like this knight. You see, it controls a lot of key vital squares. The knight was, then even at the back, a centralized knight. So just standing. So I knew I was going to come in anyway. I wasn't going passive anymore. So check.
Saying at this point now, your opponent does not have much of an idea or plan or possible plan.
You see, he could try to play for any of these pawns, but the problem was this one. I wanted this were the guys I was targeting. I was targeting these two guys. I didn't mind losing this and this. I just wanted these two guys so that I can have a connected pass, eventually sack my rook on this, then my own two connected would decide the day. So, but, when I came in, now, knight check. And now, you see, we've got into my territory, my zone, rook ending, so I was pretty comfortable. But I felt he could have tried this. Yes, I thought he could have tried this. So that when I do check, it comes in. I take. It takes. Then, of course, I'm doing this. Then, take, then, check. No, well, do I have to check him? No, I don't have to check him, just take. So this was what I was hoping for. And this probably was a better try for him. A bit, but maybe easily winning anyway. Because my rook is just going to come behind the pawn while these guys move. And my king is close. Yeah, so maybe it was winning. So, but he didn't go for that. Rather, he went passive, which wasn't a good thing. So after check, take, he did check, I moved. He did check, I moved again. Then I was surprised by this. If you go passive, then there's no opportunity. So just king in and everything. It's straightforward. Yeah, it's straightforward. Yeah. Then of course that was a crack. Anyway. So that pawn is dropping. So they tried this. I captured. They tried. I came back. Tried to force him. Are you going in? If you want to go in. The idea is, if he had gone in, I was bringing my rook here. on the then maybe go here then just straightforward. Um, so, but after after the check, he came back to repeat move now. But now I have this, so now it's forced because if he plays that, I'm playing this. I want to exchange, and if you go in, I'm just taking this. So that's 3 pawns. Any check, king here. If you attack this pawn push, everybody just going to be fine. Moves like this. This is not anything to see anyway. It's over from here. So
That was quite a straightforward game.
yeah.
So with this win now, currently it places you on the second rank in the tournament.
Yes.
I think behind
Little bit.
yeah, I can agree with that. So okay, let's talk about the ranking a little bit, right? So I have the ranking here. Okay, yes, I have the ranking here. So now let's talk about the ranking a little bit. Now it's let's say 90% certain you're playing.
Oh, not 90%, 100%
100%
certain. Yeah.
leading on Sunday.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about some other players. Now, who do you think is likely to come third, or maybe before we even go into that? Now, the results of this afternoon were quite interesting so far. So we had the man and Brahman have a draw.
Having a good.
Speaking of Brahman, they have not been winning constantly this time.
Well, I feel his health is partly, it's you have to be fair to him. His health is partly making it. If some other people might not even be able to play, but he's coming to play, so I think that's basically an hindrance. He's probably playing through a lot of pain. So
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's see. The last time we checked, this game was still on, but maybe
I feel Callistus was winning.
so. Okay.
Oh, draw.
Callisto's made a draw.
Ah. That's pretty surprising. I felt it was, you have to give it to Odion. He's quite resourceful.
Wow.
He's quite resourceful.
And
Oh,
we have
KK won, yeah. Torisha is who I am extremely impressed with. She's taking out top. Lapite, Lapite is not someone you can walk through like that. Lapite is decent, well booked. So you always respect Lapite. Ajele drew. That's also interesting. So it's
so with this kind of results now, who do you think? How do you think Sunday would be like? How many wins should we be expecting?
the pairings are out.
Fantastic.
Let's see the pairings. Okay, so I'm black against Bayo. I want it to be white. Okay, Udeme Isaac. Onofuge Olakwe would be interesting. Callistus Abdurrahman would be interesting. You see, I had my earlier game today was against Eyenge, and I felt he's he's a very decent player, but he seems to be contented with the draw. So I think in a way it affects his play at times. He probably should be trying to do more. If he was fighting and trying to win some of his games, he probably would be doing much better. So, but I feel this will be a decent match. Eyenge Odion. Tennessee Akishe will also be a decent
Oh,
one.
that would be a very
Bomo Dara. These are all masters players, but I would tip Bomo. Onopite, okay, my dear, Onopite seems to be matured and knows that.
better from in this tournament so far.
Yes, then he knows how to handle the younger generation in a way. Yes, he does.
So with the, is it safe to say Torisha will probably win the?
Oh yes, I think. Well, let's see. Who is the next female to her? I think it should be Peace.
Yes, please. I'm saying she won her game.
Where is she?
Okay, yeah, let me find
Oh, look at her tree. So with 2 rounds to go. Okay. Pretty
points.
4, 5. She's on 4.5. But I thought, I thought they pair females against each other. It was, but I think it's Tosha has been playing extremely. Who is Tosha playing? Where's she? Where's Tosha?
Okay, let's see.
Oh, maybe they've played.
Not
Oh,
yet.
she's on buy. She applied for a buy
Wow. So that puts her on
on
maybe.
5. Yes, she
So
applied.
even if Samson wins that game, she'll still not beat
No,
her.
nobody can meet her. Yeah, that's. She's played well. She's played well. That's we can't take it from her. She's played very well.
So it's been an interesting tournament. But so far, what are your observations about the whole event from the side of players, from the side of organizers?
Well, I think it's been very good. The only reservation, just slight, is I feel there's a lot of noise in the hall. To be honest, the arbiters. I would prefer if it was a bit um, quieter. So, but it's been a decent tournament. Um, I don't know. I've just been. Well, I say I've been fortunate. I don't know. My mindset for this time. I felt like playing. I really felt like playing. I didn't do well at the last NCC, so I came here. I wanted to play. I wanted to use some time to think. So I felt like playing. But basically, it's been a good tournament. Then the quality of play has been quite decent. Quality.
Thank you very much. So I wish you good luck on Sunday.
Yeah,
I
thank
mean,
you.
you have to do tomorrow to rest
Yes,
and so on. So I
and
wish you the best.
prepare for little B.
Yes.
He has the white pieces.
That will be
Okay,
tough.
yeah, that will be
Thank you so
interesting.
much for the
Yeah,
time, sir.
thank you very much. Yeah.